Put another quarter in the time slot.
Welcome to Happy Hour, brought to you by Best Damn Bookkeeping.
We're live on the radio.
Where's that music at, Jai? Angela's trying to dance. Do we got any?
Oh, shoot.
She was ready to go. She's so ready. Hold on. I got to get us, let me find us.
Let me do that again.
Yeah.
I almost danced.
I mean, you're just trying to like manifest it.
Is it coming through?
It's trying.
Happy.
It's like whenever we talk, it stops it.
Oh,
Yeah, it's something like
There we go.
talk. Yeah, now it's coming.
The normal intro song though.
All right, what's up, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I gotta find us out here. We're live in a few places. There we are. I see us. There you go, Angela. Is that a new move? Did you just come up with a new move right here on Home Service Happy Hour podcast?
I wasn't sure about the song, so.
Guy mixes it up. We can go any which direction. If you're out there, if you're tuning in, give this. We're live in like 78 places. We're live on Facebook and a few different pages, and my page and my personal and all that. If you tune into a personal page, this is like public service announcement number one. If you tune into like my personal Facebook page, jump on over to the Best Damn Bookkeeping page. Oh, Jai, you want to do producer man type of stuff and put the link to the Best Damn Bookkeeping live feed in my personal comments so that when somebody comments personally and I'm like, hey, we can't see your comment, then I'll tell them to click on the link that you already put there because then they can go to a place that they can comment. Yeah, for whatever reason, y'all, StreamYard / Facebook / everywhere is weird about showing stuff. It's got to be in the business page for me to like put it on the screen and share it. And today that's extra relevant because we're going to like be looking at my P&L and you might want to make fun of me. You might want to hit me with questions. You might want to throw some tomatoes at me. And therefore it'd be cool if I could put your tomatoes up on the screen and also make fun of myself too. That's what we're doing.
Like
James Hatfield, Angela Chanowski in the house. How you guys doing?
I'm wonderful. Great.
Great.
Maybe I should have went one at a time.
Yeah, because we don't know
You
what
guys
to
have
do.
for failure. I set you up.
I mean, I got to learn new dance moves, so I'm good for the day.
Your guitar, Angela's dance moves.
Game over. What else do you need? And your P&L.
Mm-hmm.
What happens when those three walk in the room?
Look out. Look out. Dan opens a beer. That happens. I figured if we're going to talk numbers, I better
You're
open
going to need that to look at the P&L.
Mhm. A lot of times I'll pour a cocktail, but talking Best Damn Bookkeeping financials and the fact that we have literally a beer mug in our logo and we're talking Best Damn's financials really felt like I ought to have a beer when I'm doing this. It's just on brand. It's on point. Speaking of which, one of my favorite things in my, when like you guys kind of live the same life I do, Cole Whalen in the house. What's going on, man? When I have a demo with somebody, they have to like fill out my Calendly. Oh yeah, you did. Now you get another one, Cole. Shout out, double shout out. Boom. When somebody books a demo with me and they fill out my little silly intake Calendly form, it gets more and more Dan-esque as you get down to like one of the second to last questions is like, rate how stoked you are for this demo, make up your own scale. I've had Star Wars. I've had pepperoni pizza. Some people are crazy and they're like a 10 or a random number. But I'm like, I kind of want to see how creative and goofy they are. It kind of sets the vibe. Like I know what I'm going to be walking into. Then the last question is, what are you going to be drinking during this demo? No, I'm not putting pressure on anybody. But because I invite the like, hey, what you having? If it's like a Friday afternoon and it's the right person, I have definitely walked into one of my own demos and all of a sudden like they're having a beer. And then I have to have a beer because I would never let somebody drink alone. That just seems irresponsible. Speaking of irresponsible, JC Chanowski's in the house. What's up, JC, Mr. Christmas?
Super irresponsible today.
In a good way or a bad way?
I mean, it's any way you want it to be.
Sure. I like the glass half full mentality. I'm down with
That's
that.
right.
Yeah, baby.
I mean, if he's Mr. Christmas, then we should have some Christmas cheer, right? Come on, JC. Uplift that.
It's true. That's true.
Are you one of them South Pole elves?
Depends on time of day. Right now, I'm pretty good.
Aren't those penguins? Isn't that penguins? They're all
It's
in the
not
South.
It's not a puffin. Puffins are in Iceland, and we had a puffin while in Iceland, Dan.
Not.
And, not good.
Oh, you
not good.
ate one.
You ate a
Yeah.
puffin?
Yeah.
It's very common. It's a common food.
Now, like coming from a wild game dude, any wild game sucks if the person that makes it for you doesn't know how to cook it.
Yeah. It was just
so creamy.
it was raw and gamey. Like I couldn't.
Raw?
Yeah. It was not
It
good.
was raw, but it was not good.
I am I'm not gonna take your word for it. Next time I find myself in Iceland, I'm gonna book me a puffin hunting trip. I'm gonna go whack me a puffin. I feel like a 22 to the noggin probably can take out a puffin. And
I think
we're
a
gonna-
tennis racket would take out
Is
a
a
puffin.
Like, how big is it? Like, is it pigeon size? Are we talking seagull size? How big is a puffin?
I think your hand is about the right size from the pictures.
Oh man, if you hit that with a 22, that sucker's gone.
Just whack it. Just whack it.
You
I'm
can hunt
picturing, is it a white meat or is it a red meat?
red.
Okay.
Red.
I'm picturing a little bit of soy sauce, a little bit of brown sugar, maybe some red wine, marinate that sucker for a little bit.
That might have been good. That might have been good.
Wrap it in bacon, throw it on the smoker
Wrap it in
grill.
bacon. That'll save anything. That'll
Right?
save anything.
I bet I can make that son of a gun taste
We're gonna
good.
wrap your P&L in bacon, Dan. It'll
Oh.
save.
That makes it sound a lot better. It makes it sound a lot better. I'm
Bacon
excited.
wrap puffin.
Puffin bacon
You know
wrap.
what else you can hunt there? If you're gonna go on a hunting trip and all the things we ate, you can hunt there. Puffin, wild horse,
Oh yeah.
and reindeer.
Ooh, the old caribouski.
Did you
I
eat
don't-
all of the animals, or did you only eat puffin?
Yeah,
Did
we
you
ate
try?
all this. We ate,
I ate it all. Yeah.
And what is the best? Like, what do you order? Like, give Dan and I the order when we're going.
Oh,
to-
reindeer's got to be the best.
Oh, JC just left. He's like, forget it. I'm
Yeah.
not letting you know.
Reindeer,
Oh, he
reindeer,
turned off his camera. Just turned off.
reindeer burger. That he liked his reindeer burger.
Yeah, reindeer burger was the best.
Oh yeah.
Of course, Mr. Christmas likes a reindeer burger. That just makes sense.
Wrong.
I mean, it's just a caribou. It's just a reindeer is literally, that's just the name that Europeans
Not
use for a
Rudolph.
caribou.
It's just, yeah, another.
It's
Oh,
just
it
a
is?
caribou like we have up in Alaska and Canada. It's just called a reindeer. It's their version of a caribou. It's the same.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like a white-tailed deer versus a mule deer or a coos deer. Like there's different types of.
Sounds so much better.
Yeah, it's just caribou. Don't get too
Yes.
sad.
She was sad when she was trying to eat it.
That's very sad.
And the horse there are so weird. They're wild horses. They're like a combination of like a normal horse and a midget horse, whatever you call those things.
Like a mule.
Really funny looking.
Yeah. There's probably, I don't know if and when this will happen because like the horse in the United States has a little bit of like the charismatic megafauna thing going on, like wolves and bears, where people don't want to kill them, even though we should manage them just like we manage everything else, and it kind of gets out of control. We have like major wild horse problems in the West, like decimating some public lands, and the foliage and like really like messing with true animals that should be out there. Now, we used to have wild horses, so it's hard to say they don't belong, but they just were reintroduced. And so like, how far back do you go in conservation to say they should be there, shouldn't be there? But at some point they become a hunted species. Like if you're a nuisance enough and there's enough of you running around, you start getting managed like a game species. And I suspect that the wild horse in the United States, even though Americans love their horses, there's just going to be a period of time where it's like, all right, go kill them. So we might be horse hunting and frying up some. Could you imagine the backstrap on one of those suckers? It'd be like a moose.
Horseback strap? Oh man, that sounds
Backstrap.
phenomenal.
That's a
So
big
long.
animal, man.
Yeah. Yeah, you feed an army with a horseback strap. That'll be our next ice
That'll fill
fishing
the
meal.
whole smoker up both ways.
Damn
Sheesh.
right. That'll be delish. That'll be delish. I did
Everyone
eat.
loved the horse there. Like all the people that we went with loved.
They love horses or they love eating horse meat.
eating horse meat. The horse meat was good.
And it's big in Europe. Like I'm
Yeah, I had it
Yeah,
when I was
I've
in Italy. It was delicious. I mean,
France,
Mike, I was
Brussels,
like, well,
they serve that stuff.
I had no idea.
It's good.
Whale was another big one too.
Oh, whale.
It,
And
whale.
shark.
Is that
Shark.
any good? Any good? Doesn't
I couldn't
sound
eat
good.
it.
Neither of those are good.
Shark, my understanding, and I've eaten some shark, but it's very important on how you like prepare it. If there's any of like the red mud vein and stuff left in it, or any of the fat, like shark fat is out, just like catfish, and there's some other like white meats like that where you have to be really precise with how you butcher it, or it sucks.
Maybe some things can't be saved with wrapping it in bacon.
I've had good shark and I've had bad shark.
Shark on.
And my understanding about sharks is that it's just very important. And like with any wild, like I run into this with deer. Some people hate venison, and I'm 99% sure it's because when they had venison, whoever butchered that animal touched the tarsal gland, which is what deer use to, like, they pee down their leg. They have a gland down there where it's really oily. And if you touch it and then you butcher the animal and clean the meat like that, it will ruin all of the meat. So when somebody says gamey, it's because it wasn't handled properly during the butchering process. Like any wild meat can taste great, but if you screw it up and mishandle it, it can be god awful. Because most of it doesn't have fat. Like horses don't have a lot of fat like cattle does. It's way leaner. Venison doesn't have a lot of fat. Now you went the other way on the whale. That's got a lot of fat. Was it just, were you just eating the blubber, or was there actually some muscle in there?
The pieces we had where everyone said it was like cheese.
Oh, like blubber. Yeah. But if you were starving, if you were on like Alone or one of those shows, you'd be like, oh, give me some of that fat.
And you also, there was like a ceremony, the shark and whale we had at our Viking dinner, and you took a shot with it. And you like,
You're going to need it. That's why. They're like, you're going to need it.
Chase, yeah. It's like a domino effect. Like, hey, chase this bite of fish or mammal with this shot, and then chase that with a
Nobody's
line.
eating the shark. I got it. Make them drink heavily before they eat it, and then they'll eat it. Have you seen that thing about like the guy talking about how the kids eat granola? Like, have you seen this like thing? He's like, the kids aren't eating the granola. He's like, we'll just put some chocolate chips in there. And then, well, the kids are still, I'll dunk the whole thing in chocolate. That's what you got to do with shark, I guess.
Yeah.
Although, ugh.
And then you missed one part, James. And then you got to wrap it in bacon.
Then you got to wrap it in bacon.
Finish it off.
And then you got to remove the granola.
Yeah, and then just get that granola out of there, and it should be just fine. I don't know what y'all are complaining about. It's delicious, absolutely delicious.
Perfect.
What do you guys got going on this fall? Before I got to do my P&L thing, but we missed a week. James, it's been a few weeks since I've seen you. What's new with you guys? Angela and JC, you guys going anywhere cool? James, you invent something yet this week? Feel like you probably did.
I did.
Let's do James. Let me get an update from you and Live Switch. What you got going on, man? What's fresh?
Oh man, everything AI. I was literally just on right before this. I was talking about Angela as well. I'll give kudos. This guy was a sole entrepreneur. He out of Canada in British Columbia, and he does a bunch of home and commercial inspections. So he's like telling me all about it. I'm like, hey, why don't you let's just try it right now? So he goes, takes a video, and then we create this crappy prompt around the home inspection, and it literally gives us all the codes for Canada, for British Columbia, and everything that was wrong with his daughter's room. And he was like, mind blowing. He's like, can I send you a video? So he tried another video where he's in a parking garage. And then he's like, dude, I've got to do 3 of these a day. I'm so busy. He's a single dad with 2 girls. I'm like, you know what you need? You need a virtual assistant. I know a person.
I got
You're
this
on the
guy.
company called Unique Genius. I bet there's a bunch of stuff that you would like to offload. And here's how much it might cost. He was like, oh, yeah, I think you're probably right. And I was like, I got a book for you to read. But it's so great meeting this guy because he's salt of the earth, working his buns off. You know, I'm showing him AI, which he's like, that's cool. And then I'm talking about Angela. Next thing I just be like, hey, how about your bookkeeping and your P&L? You hate that too? I'm sure you do.
Here, watch this guy make a fool of himself live on the Facebooks and the YouTubes.
Yeah. But it's just great talking to, guys that are working their tail off, trying to be a good dad while he's trying to do 3 inspections a day, and he's exhausted. He's like, I'm up at 10 o'clock at night writing all my reports. And we can actually get in there with our services, help a guy. Like the best compliment I ever got was this guy, sole proprietor, single dad, and he's installing TVs and he's installing speakers. He's like, James, the best thing about your stuff, I get 2 hours back every day with my 2-year-old daughter.
That's awesome.
And I was like, I'm
That's
done.
as good as it gets.
I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
that's perfect.
Mic drop.
Anytime we can do that, and I'm sure, Angela, you've had that happen to you plenty of times where people couldn't believe the difference of because they get their time back, which is, I know what you're preaching in a good way, but you don't, it's like trying to explain to someone how good venison cooked it professionally is if they've never had it, right, Dan? You got to actually like eat it.
You got to
But
know.
don't eat shark or whale or puffin. Don't eat that. But we can't describe how terrible it tastes until you taste it or how good it is. That's the same kind of thing. Anyway, otherwise, I've been
you don't
busy.
know what you're missing until you have it. Then you
Oh,
just
yeah.
realize what you were missing. And it's like, what? This existed, and I waited this long.
That's it. And then the reason I've been so busy, my son started basketball. We got basketball season, right? And so he's doing that. We got football in full effect. I mean, I'm prioritizing things, Dan.
It's all happening.
I've got
It's all
practice
happening.
tonight. I'm playing with
Good
them.
stuff.
Although I realized I'm in my mid-40s now because I was playing basketball with them this
You
weekend.
just realized it? This just came to you.
Oh, well, then we got other dads out there. We're doing like father-son basketball. And, of course, some of these dads go hard. I'm like, come on. You ain't Pippen or Jordan or Kobe. Calm yourself for a second. And they're coming hard, And this guy lands on his hip, hits my hip. And I try to take a step, and I can't move. And it's been hurting all week, man.
I bet.
It is bad. So I don't bounce anymore. I break. And so
the injuries linger. The injuries linger longer for sure as you get older. It just hangs on longer.
And then you look like an idiot when you're hurt. You cannot look cool when you're hurt. And I have all the people are you okay? Get away from me.
Yeah, I'm trying to be, but you're hurting my ego by asking me.
Just want to roll around on the ground. So I can't when all the guys are around. I'm going to look like a sissy.
I'm trying to be tough. Get away
I'm
from
not
me.
Cry.
In front of you.
I'm not hurting. You're hurting. I'm not hurting. You're hurting.
Angela and JC, why aren't you guys somewhere? You look like you're home. What's up with that?
Well, I need to be home, obviously, for lights, but we've only been home, 4 days, and we just booked another trip last night. And Angela said, how many days are we home in December?
I'm
7?
only home. Yeah, I'm only home 7. Yeah.
Are we doing a anniversary party? We renting a house and having an anniversary party? When we're coming down, I got this onesie burning a hole in my closet.
We absolutely are. Just in Cairo.
You can meet us in Egypt, yeah.
All right, I'll bring my onesie. Although that seems hot for Africa, but I can unzip it and let the air flow. I know how to rock that thing. Well, that sounds exciting. Would you do Iceland again? Did you get any northern lights when you were in Iceland, or did you just fail on that one?
We definitely saw them, but it wasn't what we were hoping for or what people see or try to go there for, where you're just vivid colors through the sky dancing. Now, some people got to see it because it was one of those things you had an app and everybody's watching the app, cloud coverage and the percentage of chances of coming out. So we're monitoring that left and right. And at one point it was almost midnight, I think. And we got some good pictures and we got to see him dance a little bit. So we're all right, it's cold. Let's just get out of here. And sure enough, every single night, as soon as we get back to the hotel, oh my God, you guys got to go see the lights. And we were 30 minutes outside the city where it's darker and no light pollution. And when we got back, you couldn't see them. So some people got some really good capture. Some people like us, not so much.
Hey, you gave her hell. You were there for it. Got to see something.
It's a beautiful country. A lot of people said it looked like a different planet. The landscape and everything is beautiful. JC did some ice climbing.
Yeah, that was cool.
Big adventure.
Is that where you got the puffin from? It was just sitting up there, hanging out on the ice. You just snatched it off a glacier.
Knocking them off. It was way more expensive than I anticipated once we got there. I really did not think it was going to be that quite expensive. The second highest liquor tax in the world. and that showed every single night. A bottle of liquor at the airport, duty free, had we known this, was $40. An average drink was $20 to $25.
You needed Frugal Dan with you. Dan would have been all over something like that. I would have smelled out a situation like that real quick.
Yeah, I mean, slice of pizza, $20.
For a slice of pizza?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was insane.
Was it puffin pizza?
Not even
No.
puffin pizza. It was
Well,
leftover
they
pizza.
serve puffins because they're so gross that you're willing to pay $20 for it.
They've got it
I
figured
know a
out.
hustle when I see one. That's a hustle.
Yeah, I mean, we got to do some cool things a couple days. We went to Black Sand Beach, Glacier hiking. Angela did a pretty cool hike with some crampons on, and got to do that. That was pretty challenging because she's like 90 pounds wet, and crampons don't really dig in ice when you're light, and she was struggling with that, and I wasn't there to hold her, so she was really struggling.
Yeah. The time that it comes in handy to have a little bit extra body weight.
Right.
Need a couple more bush lights, Angela. That'll get you where you need to be.
If I had to recommend anybody go there, and gas is $9 a gallon too, so nothing's cheap there at all. And the locals are used to it. I mean, it just is what it is. If I recommend it, if anybody was to go there, I say rent a car and do a tour. Don't stay in Reykjavik. Just actually get out and just kind of
be one with the people.
Yeah, meander around. Don't stay in the city, because once we got out of the city, everybody had a ton of fun. In the city was good enough for a day. That's all you can do.
I felt that way when I was in college. I was in England for a semester, and when we did like the rest of the UK, we did Scotland, we did Wales, we did Ireland. Like the big cities were okay, and there'd usually be a cool castle and something like that. But when you were like out in the town, out of the big cities, and just like at a pub, like that was where it was happening. That was like you felt like you were in Ireland, like not in touristy anything. Like you were immersed in, like I said, Wales, Ireland, Scotland, all of them. Once you got out of the city, then you felt like you were out, like doing what the people do. It was a ton of fun out there.
One thing, it's our first trip we've done with a group. Like there were 80 people that we went with in a mastermind, and so it was.
Oh yeah, I forgot it was part of the. Yeah.
Erwin McManus, you're a fan of his books, like incredible. He was with us on the trip, so spoke, and that was incredible. But it'd be so fun, like this network, like us to, like, you don't realize how fun it would be. I mean, Dan, we got to travel with you to the Philippines, but that was like a conference setting. Sam is like notorious for all kinds of putting you in all kinds of crazy situations that grow you. And we broke into groups and did an amazing race style thing across the city, and you had to, follow clues with your group, run across the city, do scooters, take a taxi, do a challenge for a couple hours, and like things like that are fun. Getting outside of your zone and instead of just networking in, business situations here, like putting yourself all out together.
This is awesome. Did you win?
And then we got, yeah, she did. Cheater. Yeah. She beat us because of the. Anyway, let's not get caught on the details on who won. All right.
Sometimes it helps sometimes it helps being only 90 pounds. Like if you need to get from point A to point B.
The craziest thing I think we did of all the things was we did a flash mob in the middle of Reykjavik on this street called Rainbow Road, Rainbow Street, whatever it was. It was like the main road that led to the big church right there. And we did like a 2-minute long flash mob right in the middle of the street. And that was pretty cool.
Like you were part of the flash mob and this was choreographed and like orchestrated? Or what the hell?
Yeah, we did like a 30-minute choreography the day before. And then right after the amazing race, we just stopped right there and then did the flash mob.
So there's sweet. 80 of us. So it was a lot.
Did somebody get this on film? Is there footage of this? I'd like to see that. Maybe if drum it up, we got to get we are a radio show. This is a real live radio show, folks. And Jai made sure that he put in the private chat that I need to take a break so we can do commercial things. Because it's a radio show. How'd I do, Jai? How was that for a transition?
Great.
Hell yeah. All right. We'll be back, business nerds. See you back in a minute.
Attention green industry pros. It's almost time for the biggest event in the Carolinas, Green and Growing 2026. Turfs Up Radio will be there broadcasting live, bringing you interviews, product launches, and expert insight. Want to grow your business? Then don't miss this one. January 2026. Register now at greenandgrowing.com. Tune in and turn up on Turfs Up Radio. Turfs Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Get ready to abandon gas with Crest Commercial. With insane power and extreme longevity, the era of batteries trailing behind gas engines is over. With the Crest revolutionary 8-minute cyber system, Crest Commercial landscape tools provide the same power and performance as their gas-powered counterparts, as much as a 2-stroke engine. Plus, the Crest 60-volt CyberPack batteries charge in 8 minutes or less. Professional landscapers can finally make the switch to battery without sacrificing performance, power, or runtime. Crest, it's the only choice to replace gas. For more information or to find a dealer near you, visit Crest.com.
Hey, Turfs Up Radio fans, do you know what time it is? That's right, it's time for Turfs Up Radio. Now you can catch us streaming live 24/7 with pro talk, pro tips, and pro interviews. Simply visit turfsupradio.com.
You gonna do your shark fin dance for this one, Angela? Use shark fin it. I assume it was the shark fin dance, since we're eating sharks and all. Michael Gregory's in the house.
Had to even it out. Got to even it out,
You replaced JC. JC was on
Mr.
the
Christmas was in here somewhere, and then
all
that happened was he was here. We went to a commercial break, and then you came back. So I think somehow you and he went through a black hole and took each other's spots.
Yes.
It's just a crossing paths in the night type of thing.
I miss him.
What's up?
I miss him a lot.
Wednesday, everybody. It's Wednesday. We're doing it. Home Service Happy Hour podcast brought to you. Now that Michael's here, now I can do the commercially part of this thing, which is brought to you by us right here. Best Damn Unique Genius and Angela Chanowski and Mr. Christmas, wherever he went. He's in there too. James Hatfield from Live Switch, Michael Gregory from Click Call Sell. So if you need administrative help, if you need sales help, if you need marketing help, if you need to keep track of all that stuff, which is what I do, then hit us up. That's why we do this show, is to help you all out. I'm going to it doesn't like me on Click Call Sell anymore. I was on Click Call Sell, but now it doesn't like. Michael probably was like, this show sucks. I'm kicking us out.
Yeah, there were 3 people live, so I was like, this is done. We can't do this.
Yeah, this is stupid.
I had nothing to do with it. I would always support you.
So this is a new segment we're going to do. I don't have a name for this. If y'all out there are like the creative types, or if you want to chat GPT this baby up for us, we're going to do a live P&L breakdown of my P&L once a month. And the panel here is going to hit me with questions, hit me with challenges. The point of it is to show you guys how to read your data and how to make decisions with it and how I look at it. And this is a thing I coach all of our clients on all the time. But I don't want to show somebody else's books, so I show mine. I'm curious for the three of you. This is a position I've taken. I don't think there's a right answer to this, but I show our team our entire P&L. And some people are like, why do you show them that? Isn't that giving away too much or blah, blah, blah. My argument to it, and Angela and I had this conversation on this show a week or two ago, which is if we're playing a football game and this is the scoreboard, I'm not going to hide the scoreboard from my team. I need my team to know what the score is because we're all playing this game together. We're all on the same team. And this is how we track whether we're winning or losing. And I want my team to know, are we winning or losing? Because at the end of the day, this money isn't just Dan's money. It's our money. It's our team's money. And we need to know if we're doing a good job as a team. If they don't know the score, they're not going to know if we're doing a good job or not. And so I show them everything. If they get mad at me making money as a result of us as a business doing good, then they probably shouldn't be a part of our team, right? If they want to sabotage the team and have our score be worse, then I don't really want them on our team. So I show it to them. That's the risk, is that somebody would use the data to sabotage us. So I show it to our entire team, and we review it every month together, and I kind of do a breakdown for them. I'm curious what you guys do, how much financial data you show your own team members. Somebody,
All right.
somebody go.
So
Somebody go.
there's a lot of terms for this. Open book policy, I think, is probably the most mainstream way that people explain it. Is like you open your books to your team. There's wildly different levels of open book. What you just described is extreme. Like talk about like radical transparency. I like to allow people to see what they can control, right? So now you can do whatever you want, you and your business, but for me personally, a bookkeeper doesn't necessarily need to see the rent and software expenses and like things that don't really relate or pertain to their business. I want to show them what they can control. So for us at running an agency, every account manager can see their churn, attrition, their success rate, the amount of revenue they're bringing in, their commission rate, their production, like what they have direct control over. And they're measured against that success as well. Production managers can see the COGS, the gross margin, because they're controlling all the expenses that are related to their team. General managers can, of course, see everything. So it's really depending on the position you are in the company and what levels of transparency you need to have. And then for like bonuses or whatever, those are always tied to what they can control. Because honestly, like me just being an employee for as long as I was before I actually owned a business, I don't want to be penalized for something that's not my fault, right? If I'm a kitchen, if I work in a kitchen in a restaurant, like I make salads, like the success of the restaurant doesn't have anything to do with me. Like I make salads really fast. If I'm going to be bonus, I want to be bonus on how long it takes me to make a salad, right? And so that's kind of the idea that I've kind of taken through this like open book policy for our company.
I dig it. So I'm aligned with that. And I'm going to go back to my sports analogy, which is if you're a wide receiver and you're playing football, I agree your pay and your bonus should be based on your performance. And maybe there's some team kick-ins too. But if you're a wide receiver, you wouldn't just know how many passes were thrown to you and how many balls you caught and what the average yards after catch was and blah, blah, blah. You'd also get to see the score of the game because the way you run your routes, the even if you don't get the ball a lot and your stats suck, there's a larger purpose, right? Like you're still like your stats contribute to the larger purpose. But, and again, this is my bias of why I do it the way I do it, but I still want you to be super invested in the larger purpose. And even if your stats aren't good, like we'll keep working on that. You got to keep working on that. We're all trying to work on that. And your pay should be tied to that, but it's all about.
I like the sports analogy because if you're the number one wide receiver, you're put against the number one cornerback, right? And so you're matched up against somebody who's with you, and they have nothing to do with defense and special teams. So like, who cares what that looks like? Because you're not on defense, you're not on special teams. So I don't know.
You still care if the team wins. You still care if the team wins. And if you're the top account manager working for Dan, I put you on the hardest accounts. That's your defensive back. I match you up against the hardest ones. I don't.
Yeah. And those are probably higher ticket clients and pay a higher commission, and they have more opportunity to make more money because of that. I like to look at it, at least in my evolution of owning a business, is to if my A players have to have opportunities created for them. Anybody who's owned a business for a long time knows if you have a total badass rock star, they're not going to sit in that seat forever. Is they want more opportunities for themselves, right? And so if you don't provide as an entrepreneur or the visionary for your company opportunities for your A players to ascend, they're probably going to leave. And so for me, the growth comes from creating that opportunity for my A players so they can continue to grow with the company, because that also translates into more money, phantom equity, whatever it could be. That in itself creates opportunity. As a company grows, they get new seats to sit in.
Yeah. James, you're nodding your head. What do you think, man?
I did different things for different kinds of businesses.
Ooh.
Right. So for my nonprofit, we do an open book quarterly review. Anybody that donates to it or supports it gets wide open. Our books are wide open. And if anybody wants to come down and look through the books, they can. And we'll do a personal one-to-one review of those books. And our bookkeeper knows exactly how we want to do that and present that. And we have a financial team that knows how to present that in the right way and make it digestible, right? Because the thing that I had a problem with as a business owner when I ran my painting and power washing companies is when I went to the bookkeeper, they would speak English and I wouldn't understand a word they were saying. I'm like, and I knew that was a problem. You know,
you might as well be talking to a lawyer.
I know. I'm like, I know I'm paying this guy. Oh my goodness. And that's actually made me nervous. So that's why I went back to and got my business degree because of that, because I was worried I was going to be kind of taken advantage of. Not that bookkeepers would do that, right? Dan, we're always on the up and up. We want always want a good lawyer and always want a good financial person in my corner, and then a
But,
great
but
admin
like,
help.
that doesn't mean they're all good because we
Doesn't
know
mean
they-
they're all good, because
We
some
know
of them are
that.
not. But I just felt like I was inadequate to be able to scale my companies, right? Because I couldn't show the finances to my home service team because I didn't know what to say, right? Like I was the dumbest person in the room when it came to that stuff, But then after I got out of school, we started a financial technology company, and we took that from nothing to Inc. 500. It's a multi-billion-dollar company now, so it worked out, right? My lack turned into something that turned into a huge company, right? And it solved a real problem. And so in our current organization, what I do is we break it down by department and by group, right? So the executive team sees everything. If you're in sales, you're going to see the sales board and the new logos and be rated, to Michael's point earlier. If you're in our renewal group, they have their own number, right? And they're held accountable to it. We have two things in our company, right? You're either making product or selling product. That's it. That's it. All the rest we cut, right? You're either close to the revenue or you're close to the product. And so we have different scoreboard, as you're calling, and the analogy for those teams to keep them accountable and to give them, their metrics. And then that's the way they know what they're doing well and what they're not. So different companies get different exposure to the books. And I also need to read my employees because, again, if I'm speaking a certain language and their eyes are glazing over, I've lost my audience, right? When my hope was to get their eyes on a scoreboard, yet they can't interpret that. And I'm not trying to be nasty. It's just you got to make it matter to the individual, or else you're just making it matter for yourself, and everyone else just has to nod because you run the business, and they're like, aye, captain, But meanwhile, they could care less.
Yep. Angela, how about you?
So I'm a mix. I'm more on like with Michael and James on different people in different categories. There's a lot to the psychology of not everyone in the organization has the capacity to understand the big picture. And I am a firm believer in that, of you show some people everything and they get stuck on, it's not that they're not all in on their job, but they don't understand what an investment is. And especially because I'm dealing with a team that is in a different economy. But they don't understand why you would make such a significant marketing investment in putting yourself in a room. And they get stuck on numbers because they don't have, they're a tactical person. They don't have a logistical mind, and they can't go beyond the tactical. That's just the way their mind works. And so if you give them things in logistics and this is the why, they just didn't have that capacity. So that's my main reason behind that, of not giving everyone more than they can have the capacity to have the power to.
Have you had that happen to you before, where you gave it and then all of a sudden you just saw somebody get debilitated and hung up on it?
I have had that happen. And then the psychology in me, I studied that a lot in that, and learned that from my mentors. They're they just don't have the capacity. So give them the capacity, only the people that, again, if they're tactical or logistical.
That's really true. Especially balance sheet stuff too.
Yeah. I mean, I had an employee, same thing. We just parted ways. I was like, if you're just only here for yourself and your stats, you got to get out of here. You're AJ Brown playing for Philadelphia right now. You're just here for you getting passes and your stats. Hit the road, bud.
But even balance sheet items, if you and I, Dan, run companies that don't need a lot on the balance sheet, but if I have a lot of a tree company, right, a $500,000 vehicle, that's crazy. And so I'm seeing net profit at 20%, which is a healthy company, right, at $2 million, $400,000 of profit,
and that money's all spent.
Exactly. And so the capacity, Angela, you guys both, James, Angela, crushed that answer. That's so many great things to think about, but the capacity, what I'm just saying, oh my goodness, you're making $400,000 and you're hunting and fishing and all these things. That's not fair. Okay, well, I'll look at all my assets and the liabilities that I have.
Yeah.
It's not that they're not all in. That's what I disagree on, Dan. There can be somebody who is all in, they are invested and will be with you and forever, and they are invested in the success. Their brain just doesn't function in the way to have the capacity to understand all the numbers. And so if they get the numbers, I'm a mixed believer though. You get the numbers that you can control, but I do want everyone to see the winning score of a touchdown. It in a sports analogy, I want everyone to know like what our revenue goal is, what our number goal is in some capacity, like what our big goal is as a team. They just don't have to understand how much the Gatorade cost.
Yeah. And you got to make it relevant to them, right?
Yeah.
So like everybody in the company needs to have their most important number. And that most important number for me as the coach will, get back to my most important number. Yep. But my most important number might not be their most important number, but the most important number that's in front of them helps the overall team.
Yeah. Yeah. It's their mechanism to contribute.
Right.
The guy that I'm thinking of, like, tried to coach him on this stuff and help him understand it. The issue I had is everything he said was you guys. Like, he wasn't on the team. It was everything was him versus us. It was the weird, and I was like, oh, like, it's just, you think we're like against each other. Like, you guys do this and you guys do that. I'm like, who the hell is you guys? Like, you mean us? You mean all of us that are on the same team working on the same thing together to like create a result? But like, you're trying to like create a wedge somehow. He was a bad cultural fit. Took me way too long to realize that and exit him. But anyway, I know we got to take another commercial break here. We're on a like time schedule with a radio show and stuff. So Jai, why don't you hit us with PB number 2? We'll be right back, and I'll throw my P&L up and we'll go through it until we wrap things up.
Lawn and Landscape Pros, are you ready to run your business instead of it running you? Then it's time to join the Profit Circle. Led by Wayne the Profit Voles, this business coaching group helps you grow and profit by mastering the real stuff: selling, marketing, advertising, cost calculation, bidding, contracts, customer and employee relationships, scaling your business, and more. If you're ready to become more profitable and more successful, joining is easy. Just head to profitsrs.com. That's profits, AREUS.com, and click the Join the Profit Circle button right on the homepage. Because remember, profit is not a dirty word.
Are you a military family with a spouse on deployment away from home? Did you know that nonprofit Project Evergreen has thousands of volunteers across the country ready to help military families with lawn, landscape, and snow removal services? We call it Green Care and Snow Care for troops. If you are a military family and would like to receive this free service, or if you'd like to volunteer to help, visit projectevergreen.org. Project Evergreen, creating a greener, healthier, cooler Earth, 1 yard at a time.
From the East Coast to the West Coast and around the world, no one rocks like Turf's Up Radio. Turf's Up Radio, your industry, your station.
Oh, we did it. Look at that. This is like abracadabra. It's there. We're here. Welcome back, everybody. I'm gonna take this out for a second just so we can see everybody. I'll put it back up. We got Mike Gregory in the house from Click Call Sell, Angela Chinowski. We don't know where the JC Chinowski went. We just he just left. Michael took his spot. Michael might have killed him. Could have killed him. Don't know. But we got Angela anyway. We got the better half. From Unique Genius, we got James Hatfield from Live Switch. I'm Dan Plata, best damn bookkeeping. We're about to do some damn bookkeeping. I'm going to throw out my P&L, and I got some things going on in our business. And so kind of my goal with this, we're going to do this every single month. My goal with it is to teach you guys how to read a P&L, to teach you how to make decisions with it and do the analysis. And James and Angela and Michael and you guys can all ask questions and chime in and give me a hard time. But I think it's like our P&Ls are never going to be perfect. Mine's never going to be perfect. This is what I do for a living. But we have anytime we're looking at our financial data, it tells a story, right? And our job as owners, operators is to read the story and make decisions based on what that data tells us. There's thousands of ways to scale a business successfully. So we ultimately, even no matter what our data says, we ultimately have the power of the choice of what to do with that data. Trevor, you're in the wrong chat. You didn't put it in the right chat, so I can't share it. Trevor is on my personal page instead of the business page. Like I told everybody to go to the business page. So Trevor, get your butt over to the business page. Trevor Steele says, I'm there in spirit, which AKA he's out doing holiday lights. That's what that means. He's there in spirit.
Is the season.
It is time to go get it. So here's my P&L. I got a couple things going on. This is a dashboard we use for all of our clients. You can see there's some time horizons in here. We measure our performance over different months and different sequences of months to kind of gauge how are we doing. We have revenue in here twice. We're not double counting it. It's just important to see cash basis revenue, which is what the IRS cares about, and accrual basis revenue being how much work we really did for people. Over time, those should be the same, but month in and month out, they will generally be different due to timing issues or, AR going up and down, accounts receivable going up and down. I have a weird thing going on in October, which is we put in place a new CRM. I know Angela just crossed this bridge not too long ago. I tell people, and I've talked about it on this show before, switching CRMs is the worst thing in a service business. Like, you got to get all your data moved, and then your customers are frustrated because they're used to this, and now they got to learn that, and then they all got to put a new card on file. It sucks. And because of all those changes, it often happens that you don't collect all the money that you otherwise would because you're trying to get all these clients to put their card back on file in this new system. And you can see the result of that here in that we had a record production month of 91,000. We only collected 80 of it. So we still got some AR hanging out there, and it's like a double whammy in October because for a lot of us that run weekly payroll, October was a 5 payroll month. So you get double stack. So our COGS was high because we didn't collect as much money this month. If I want to feel better, this is what I do. If I need to feel better, I'll just switch it to accrual. And now I'm back down, even with a double whammy on payroll, the 5th payroll, we're still like, you can see our COGS percentages just keep getting better and keep getting better. When I look at data, I'm not concerned with like, are we in the red, yellow, or green? I'm concerned with, are the changes I'm making improving? Am I getting better? Like, as I look at this, trailing 12 months, my COGS is 64%. Gets a little better, a little better, a little better. This is a weird business where it takes me like 3 to 6 months to like get a production employee fully trained up and like full. Obviously, like as a business owner, I'm inclined to try to speed up that process and get people efficient and proficient faster. But that's about how long it's taken. Sometimes up to a year to get somebody's plate like fully full. I actually let somebody go recently because a year in, like they still weren't full and we couldn't get them full. They just weren't efficient enough to like handle a full workload. We had to let them go. But so this is a thing we've been working on as a team, is to like be more efficient, get more done in the hours that we're working, bill more, get to the next client. And so even in a 5 payroll month, like I'm pretty happy with the 59%. It's telling me we're like getting to 55. And ultimately a bookkeeping business should really be at 50. But because we're growing so fast and we're new, we have so much, like we have 2 people in training from Angela's company right now. We have 2 account managers that are still like filling up. So like 20% of our team is in training in a way. And so there's a lag for us. Ultimately, we want to get to 50%, and we're getting there. It's like, Michael, you mentioned before the balance sheet and the assets and those like big capital things. We don't really have those in bookkeeping. We don't have stuff sitting on our balance sheet. But our big investment is just our producers, our people making the money, creating the revenue. It takes us a while to get them really cranking it out. And so there's just this long leg. And you can see if I go back to the 12 months before that, like it's been a grind. We're like slowly getting it down, but we're getting there. So that's promising. That's exciting for me. It's also exciting that like I hope we collect this $11,000 or $12,000 that we're missing out here. That would be super cool too. If you're a client and you're out there and you need to pay us, what's up? What's up? Help a brother out. There's another thing going on here. Let me get down to the next decision we have to make, which is like growing the business. My marketing has been handcuffed because I have to pay Blue Skies all these fees for clients that switched from my exit of that. But as we've grown and we have more and more and more clients not connected to that, and some fees have gone away over time, it's kind of exciting to like get back down to a more reasonable marketing number. Not to say that that's good that I'm trying to get marketing down to 0, because we all know you can't grow a business without spending some money on marketing. But when it starts to get into the green down here in these investments to grow our business, green means go. Green means green light. Green means you got room to invest. And my team, and this is part of why I like looking at the data with my team. My team sees this and they're like, "Hey Dan, what are you doing about that? Are you gonna grow this thing?" Like Skip, our GM, is constantly like, "Hey, when are you gonna like push the pedal down, bud? What are you doing here? Like, we can go. We all know we can go. Are you ready to go? Can we go? Can we push that pedal down?" So it's fun. Like they're inclined to say like, "I know you have room to spend on marketing and we want to grow. So like, what are you doing about it?" So that's exciting for us to have that room. We were like 20% marketing, down to 15, down to 10. Now we're down to 5 in October. So it's exciting. Now we got room to go to trade shows. Maybe we'll spend some money on ads. Michael, we'll spend some money on ads.
Pay attention, Michael. He's saying
Michael's going to have to learn how to run some ads for a bookkeeping business.
I've done it for a bookkeeping business before. It's incredibly difficult when you focus on the home service niche.
I bet. Really I think content and boosting it for awareness purposes is the way to go. And it's got to be funny. And it's got to be just a little bit of information. So I foresee some creative video content with some like YouTube ads or Facebook ads in my future. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but I'm a bit goofy. So I think I would have fun making some goofy ads for the biz.
You should make some right now in the onesie.
I could bust out the onesie. I could bust out the onesie and act like I'm like throwing it off like busting out of it, except it would just be super awkward to get out of. Like it'd take me like 5 seconds to climb out of that thing at least, even if I was really hauling ass. I think I could do it. I got the skill set for something like that. So when I look at marketing, I don't like when I look at the bottom part of the P&L, I view this as, again, these are all investments. Like if we spend money down here, it's all in the means of growing our business. And when I see green down here, again, it doesn't mean good. It means green light. Like I have room to invest more versus if I see yellow, it's like, hey, we're being moderately aggressive. Now, again, admin is just high because it was a 5 payroll month. When I see red, I'm like, ooh, we're being aggressive there. Aggressive is fine, but it has to work. What I decided, we had a really good September, which is why even with like 0 here in October, we're still doing okay last 3 months. And so I added on a bunch of employee benefits. And I used to put the employee benefits with where the employee sat, whether they were in COGS or in admin. But what I found is like, it doesn't make sense. And this is like a methodology change for me is employee benefits for technicians that are producers has nothing to do with them doing Mrs. Jones's job, right? When I look at cost of goods sold, it should be all of the direct expenses to go produce a job. In our case, that's the labor and like different softwares we use to do our thing, but it's not the benefits because that's like a base that's going to get paid whether they produce $1 of revenue or $100,000 of revenue. The benefits are just there. They're really an infrastructure thing. They're this fixed overhead, fixed OH, fixed overhead. And because our business keeps improving and getting more and more and more profitable over time, I said, this is our money. It's not Dan's money, right? It's the business's money. It's our money. And therefore, this whole thing exists to take care of people. We need to get some benefits going. So, and you can see historically, like we, up until October, we were low on this category. Like it was green light. We had the wiggle room. So we added some health insurance benefits for our employees in the US. Angela, I had no idea. I probably should have asked you. I had no idea how to do like health benefits for all of our people at Unique Genius. And so we said like, well, we can't just do benefits for the people in the US and then ignore the majority. Like we have more people at Unique Genius than we do in the US. And so we said, we need to do something for them. And the best thing we could figure out to do for them in the first iteration here of benefits was supporting them to get the fastest internet possible. So for business use, so they could be productive and get bigger paychecks because they get pay per performance through us. So the more they can produce, the more money they can make. So we want to, it's like if you sent a home cleaner out there, but didn't give them a vacuum and they had to pick up every piece of dirt by hand, it's going to take them a while to clean a house. So we're like, we got to get our team in the Philippines, like the fastest internet that they can get for their area. And we got to make sure they have fast computers. Like those are the tools they need to do the job. So let's make sure they have those ready, available. So we did health insurance benefits for the team in the US. We did technology benefits for the team in the Philippines. So this was like the meat of that investment. So yeah, it's red, which just means we're being aggressive. But this is like the upfront cost of a lot of that stuff. So it should ease off as we go. And variable overhead is just frugality stuff. And like, I'm a finance dude. I'm just pretty frugal. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff that, on stuff. I don't spend a lot of money on stuff. So that's it. So like October for us, like besides if I go back to cash, it just looks worse. But I trust we'll get, like, our clients will pay us. I'm confident. Like, they're good people, good clients. And so we'll get this. And 13%, if accrual is true and we get that money, 13% in a 5 payroll month, I'm pretty damn happy with. And it's the thing that gives me the confidence of looking at marketing and seeing our COGS trending down. When I see that, and I actually was just talking to one of our garage door clients right before we jumped on the podcast. When I see COGS are good and trending in the right direction, it gives me the confidence to make the marketing investment. Because if your COGS are rough, it's hard to be like, yeah, let me go spend money on marketing to go get more work that I don't make money on. And that's garbage. And so it's like, you got to fix your COGS before you go try to grow a bunch. Because why go do more stuff that you're not doing well? And so I'm inclined to see, not inclined. I'm excited to see that our COGS just keeps improving and keeps improving. Gives me the guts to go maybe make some marketing investments. Erica Wood said there are health benefits insurances you can provide with your VA too. Check out Mariah. Is it Mariah Health, Erica? Maybe that'll be next. That might be the next one.
We do have some of that, so we can chat about that.
That'll be the next one. That'll be the next one. And again, like the investments in here are like, what's the best thing for the team, right? What's the best thing to grow this business? And this is just nerdy Dan coming at you, but I always tell people, like, the point of this business isn't to grow to make Dan more money. Like, I happen to be the 100% owner of it and the shareholder of it, but the point of it isn't how much money can Dan make. I could run it that way, right? And a lot of business owners do. The point of it to me is, how do I grow it big enough so that it can afford to buy me out an ESOP and let the employees own it? Like, how do I get it back to them? And so every decision we make is around, like, how do we grow in order to help more people? And that was my thumb up, but because the screen's small, you couldn't see it. So how do we, like, help more people and provide more opportunities for our awesome employees to, like, learn, do, grow? And we're doing it. We're getting there. Took a minute, took a while, but starting to get profitable. And it's just more fun when the scoreboard is more green. It's just like, if there's a direct correlation to take out of a P&L analysis, it's more fun when you make money. It just is. Everybody, like, I don't know, growing up playing sports, if everybody got equal playing time, but you lost, I would have rather rode the bench and won than got equal playing time and lost. Like, winning is just more fun. And so same in business, like, being profitable is just more fun. And then we get to do sweet shit together. So, all right, that's my rant. Hit me. Thoughts, questions, concerns? What do you guys think? The panel is stumped. James is pointing at Angela. Angela's pointing at James.
I mean, I can rock and roll on you.
Yeah, you rock and roll.
Angela,
I'm a business owner. I just don't like numbers, even though I play a math game every day.
It's all good.
I mean, you do run a people business ultimately, and I run a numbers business, so it does make sense.
Well, everybody's goals are different, right? So I need to know your goals. Like, this P&L could be the best thing you've ever seen, or you could be crying in your coffee because you're not where you want to be. It sounds like you're happy with your cost of goods sold. Is what I took out of this.
I'm not
Sounds like
happy
you-
with where it's at, but I'm happy with where it's going because I don't have a timeline for when it needs to get there. But we do need to be efficient and profitable because if we're not, we can't help as many people. Like we
Yeah.
got to help as many people.
I mean, as a business owner, it's good to know you're about to be $1 million business in revenue, right? If you were to sell your business today, she's probably worth about 150K on the open market. I'm just looking at seller's discretionary income, 2.5 multiple, being honest. You know, you probably
Yeah,
have a little bit
but my wage is in here, right? So like taxes and S corp, half of your pay comes as a paycheck, half comes as distributions.
right.
And
I'm just looking
I'd
at your net
argue
operating income is probably a good place to look and do a 2.5 on that, if I had to guess.
in a bookkeeping business, though, because it's recurring revenue, we are $1 million business. Like we did 91,000, so we are whatever that is times 12. Like we're it's
So you're
less
$1 million
about-
revenue, right? But
Yeah.
what you do in revenue is not what you can buy on. No one's going to buy your business for $1 million. Like
Exactly.
you know what people will buy your business for, from what I see, just because I help companies exit. You know, as an owner, yeah, you're getting 100, 50K out of that. Like
You want to know what's funny? We're a little bit bigger than I was at Blue Skies, and my ex-partners wanted to value that at, and we're more profitable too. And my ex-partners wanted $1 million valuation for that business.
Hey, owners always want a whole bunch, and then I hit them in the face with the truth. I'm like, hey, I'm talking about what someone else will pay you actual American money for, right? Here's what it is.
I offered them 600, and they said no.
Well, they're dumb.
It didn't work out in their favor.
Yeah, like that would have been a nice rake in for what it is. I work with brokers, I looking at that, but as a business owner, that's your goal probably isn't to sell today, right? That doesn't sound like what your goal is, right?
My
So
goal
like
is
what
never
is
sell. I'm gonna
that's
die
it.
with this baby.
You're gonna die in your grave with it. I love it. I'm taking it with me. But
No, I guess I
need
want to
know,
like at some point the business has to be able to afford to buy itself from me so the employees can have it.
there's other ways to do that, right?
Yeah.
There's other ways to get money back to the employees, and it could be through, they have some ownership in it, or you have some options, or there's all different kind of things you can do to help employees become owners. At this stage of the game, probably not where you are, right?
Oh
Like,
no, we got to be like 5 million revenue to be able
my
to.
guess is that your problems are like, how do we bring in more business, and how do I find the right people? And then from there, between those two things, am I hiring, firing, and promoting correctly? And then for my customers, am I making sure that I am firing customers I don't need to be working with? Am I raising the rates if that are too low? And then where is my new logos coming from? Right. So these are the different things that would probably be on my mind looking at
funny.
your business.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. I think I've got the recruiting side of it figured out, but I kind of have a cheat code because I have Angela to help me with bookkeepers and Sean from Higher Lead Chill that I own half of with Michael to recruit account managers. So I have really good luck getting awesome people. I think and you hit this on the head, which is like, now I need more clients. And in a recurring service business, you hit a natural attrition rate. Like the marketing spend now looks high. It's a few trade shows. It's a bunch of fees back to Blue Skies for all the clients that wanted to switch to me. And I just was like, yep, I'm going to pay the fee to them from our buyout agreement. But now it's like starting to go down again. It's like a marketing green light. And when you have hundreds of clients, you can have the best attrition rate in the world. And we have a really, really strong attrition rate. Like we don't really lose clients, but we lose some that don't pay their bill because they're in financial trouble. And so we fire them or they fire us or whatever. And even when you have 1% attrition or 2% attrition, like world-class level, like not losing many clients, the more clients you have, like that percentage still works against you. And eventually in a recurring service business, you have to go market. You have to keep growing because you'll hit just a hamster wheel point where all you can do is spin your wheels. As fast as you bring in clients, they're out the door from natural attrition. So we're definitely like, we're not there yet, but I can see it. Like we'll be there if I don't start pushing on the market.
You're the sales team, right? Dan's the sales team.
Hold on, let me just turn around. I'm gonna go get my sales guy quick. Hey,
me, myself, and I.
Yeah.
But
hold on, but let me go get my marketing dude. Hey,
hold on.
Oh, okay, here I am.
Oh, there he is. There he is, wearing multiple hats. Wait, you run a small business. You have to do that, right? But I do think probably the next thing when you're ready is you need somebody selling. right? You need a salesperson putting people in the top of the funnel, and because you got hiring with your cheat codes, which is fantastic. That's why I point people to Angela, because she is a cheat code. So go ahead and, call her now if you haven't.
I got a new unique genius role starting with me on Friday. Got a tax.
And what I've been saving for you.
The tax
She's one of
specialist.
my 5-year OGs.
Yeah, she's even Jeff and I were on a call yesterday, and he's like, "She's gonna be really good, isn't she?" And I was like, "I think she'll be good." He's like, "I'm pretty excited to get her on board and be able to actually push this baby." So we're pumped. She's gonna crush it.
Right. Or if you need more time selling, is what responsibilities are you doing today, Dan, that you shouldn't be doing, that need to be passed off to your team to free you up, right? Just this week, I have a whole team of people, and we had them write down everything they're doing, percentage of time, and we were able to see an imbalance in one of the team members and strip also away non-important things that are getting in the way of their most important number, right? And so some things that we just need to stop doing. They sound good, but we need to stop doing that. I need to transfer to somebody else, right? Find a way to get more efficient. But I think if you're the sales and marketing team and you've got any boat anchors that you could hand off to free you up, then that'll help. Or you really need to be thinking about a sales team member on what I'm looking at from the numbers. Again, the numbers only tell part of the story, but when I'm analyzing any company that I invest in, right, I'm having gone back to school for the numbers, I always look at fundamentals. I want to see free cash flow increasing, comp, and revenue increasing. Those are my two biggest things I want to see to make an investment in a company. Are we compounding the top line, and are we compounding the free cash flow?
And here, this is to kind of see a picture of our growth rate. Now, we're only 2 years into this business, right? So it's influenced by the fact our percentages look good because they're based off a very low starting number because we just started 2 years ago. So naturally, our growth percentages artificially look better than they really are. But compared to last October and just when I look at trailing 3 months, October, September, August, we're up 73.3, 73.8%. But we're at that inflection point where exactly what you're saying, James. I have two things that I need to be more intentional about. One of them is my wife is a marketing genius. This is what she does. She works full time at 3M, but at some point I'm going to try to poach her and have her start helping with the business. That's probably just being more engaged. She can still keep her job and do the thing at the corporate job, but I need the help of the marketing strategy of what to do more of, what to do less of. It's nice that I'm also business partners with Michael Gregory. And so I can talk to him, not in this business, but in our recruiting business, but Michael and I are tight. I can talk with very brilliant marketing people. And one thing, this is a major weakness of mine, which is a great thing to delegate. It's a great thing. Running meetings and holding people accountable. I'm terrible at running meetings. Could you imagine me running a meeting? I mean, it's got sitcom written all over it. There's no way you could stay on track and get anything done, and we don't. So I think let's use some EOS traction terminology. We need an implementer. We got visionary Dan. We got integrator Skip. Skip is freaking awesome. But neither one of us are great at running meetings. He's better than I am in staying on track, but he'll get in the weeds on stuff like integrators do. He'll get down in the weeds. I think we need leadership team organizational help. We're at that phase, right? When you hit $1 million, you start managers turn into de facto leaders. And so intentionally building that leadership team and the business model piece of it, and the accountabilities and the metrics, you talked about scoreboards for everybody. And we have that for producers. They can see what they produce and everybody's kind of got their scorecard, but it's not a refined process of we meet, here's this, boom, 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 boom. Here's what we're doing about it. We just meet and who knows where it goes. It's just, this is our meeting. We're just chasing squirrels around. Yeah. So I'm excited. It's fun to have stuff to work on. that's a big one to
Yeah.
work.
I mean, with your high level attrition and customer satisfaction, then I would wonder how many referrals are you getting? If you're not getting referrals, are you asking for them? With that level of attrition, you must have some happy customers.
We got a lot of happy customers, and most. I mean, like I saw 2 demos come in today. One's from Keith Kalfas, and one's from another referral like affiliate partner. So like that's what we live off of right now is really happy customers and like affiliates and partners that, you know, like I've done tons of shows with Keith. And so it just has this long tail of people coming in referencing, like, I saw you on YouTube with Keith from an episode you guys did 4 years ago. So I think there's like, which is why I think like the video content is valuable. But Angela once told me that if you build the most awesomest billboard and you put it out in the desert, nobody sees it. So it doesn't really matter. And so I think getting good video content, I'm going to make it funny. I can't not. It's got to be me. It's just going to be goofy. It's going to be fun. But I got to get it in the right places. Got to be intentional about it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right.
Angela,
I don't know.
Angela loves numbers. Way to go, Angela.
No, I'll just echo some of the things that you said. And then, I mean, you just talked about their referrals, like double down on the referral program. Like, how do you, James and I just talked about that. Like, I'm really going all in on our affiliate program. Like, how do we stay in front of people and constantly like make it easy for them to refer us? Mm-hmm. Not all of your clients are going to refer you, but the ones that are, like, how do you just really magnify that and getting them to talk about you all the time? So that's what we're doing. I mean, we serve similar, we all do. We serve similar audiences. We have a very low attrition. It's funny that you said this on like your attrition, and that's ours too, is mostly because people can't afford to pay.
Which is hilarious because like if you would just do, like as a bookkeeper, it really frustrates me. This is a super true story. And if you're out there watching the person I'm talking about, I won't name any names. And I'm super glad it turned out the way it did because this is like a thing I can help with. We had a client cancel our service, and rightfully so. And I totally agree with this perspective. She was like, I just don't use the numbers. I don't watch your videos. Like we do a video analysis for everybody every month to like tell them about the numbers. And she's like, I just don't watch them. I don't use it. And then my tax person does something different. So I'm like paying both of you to do, and I'm like, yeah, why are you paying us? That'd be stupid to like hire a service and not use it. A month later, she came back and said, hey, I have this spreadsheet for this like coaching thing, but I don't know where to get these numbers. And I'm like, yeah, I know. Like that's what we were preparing for you. And if you don't know how to get your numbers, like literally this is what I exist for. And you have free access to me anytime you need it. So let's do that. Like we can get like we need you to answer our questions because we're your bookkeeper and we're going to send you questions to make sure we get stuff in the right spot. And if you don't answer, we can't do our job. And then you don't get the reports because we don't have it done because you didn't tell us the answers that we needed. So let's do that first. Like we need answers and we need you to answer them because you know, and we don't, which is why we asked you the question. And then like, let's meet weekly and just keep like, she has one of these, the dashboard thing that we were just looking at. Like, let's look at it every single week until you know exactly how to read it, what it means, what to do with it. And she did. So now she's back. And that one felt really good because I was like, I hate losing a client because they don't know. And like we lost one of these other ones and I didn't bother chasing. I don't like to chase people down. I'm like, it's your business. I'm not going to chase you down to try to teach you how to read financials. If you decide this isn't important to you, I'm not going to force you to think it's important. I had another gal leave and she's like, it would have been fine, but I should have had more time with Dan. And I'm like, literally, we send out my calendar link every month and you can grab time with me for free. And so if you want me to reach out to you to book time and you're the one with the problem, like you sound like one hell of a victim to me. Like, I don't want you as a client. Good riddance. Like, get out of here. You're crazy. How senile are you to try to like be like, it was fine, but I didn't have access to Dan. And so it wasn't that useful. It's like, you do. And you did. And you literally just chose not to use it and then tried to blame somebody else for you being lazy. That's like, whatever. Anyway, sorry for my rant. Sorry, Angela. I just cut you off. I get carried away.
No, I love that. I want to steal that because that's go ahead and be a victim.
yeah, it's like just James, you said this too, and I've noticed this is getting important at this phase of the business, which is when we first start out, like everybody's our client. Come on, anybody that wants to hire me, bring it on, bring me all your problems. And then you start to hit a phase, and we're in this phase where it's like, if you don't pay your bill and follow our process, you're out, right? Like I used to bend a little bit more, but now here's our process, and if you don't pay, like, if you're having trouble paying, maybe you should set up a meeting with me because I can tell you what's not working in your business and help you fix it. It's literally what I'm here for. But if you don't want to do that and you don't want to actually work on your business, then like you got to go. And if you're not going to use it, then you got to go. Like, I'm not going to chase you around. There's too many other people that want to be helped. I'm not going to like go out of my way to help people that aren't interested in being helped. So we're on the fast track of firing some clients lately. If they have a bad behavior and they don't meet our core values, the chopping block has gotten choppier. We're getting picky.
And picky about who we take, like your, behaviors. It's just like client recruiting is just like recruiting team members. Like you're not gonna make it. You're sorry.
I know what happens next. I've got this t-shirt. I know how this one's gonna go. So we'll just call it quits before we get started.
Yeah, sorry you're not a fit.
Yeah. All right, you guys. I gotta go get my kiddos. I'm on kiddo duty and I gotta like feed them and stuff. So I should probably go do that. Be a dad. Angela, James, you guys rock. Thank you. Business nerds, you guys rock too. I got a friend and competitor on tonight. I got Melody Edwards from Home Service VA. That's the name of her business. She's coming on tonight at 7. Melody and Kurt Kempton have a podcast together that's like not even business related. It's very like spiritual related. And Kurt was on a few weeks ago, and I was like, I got to get Melody's take on words. Well, I got Kurt's take. Now I need Melody's, and she's just cute. Melody's like one of the funniest people on the planet that I know. So if you want to be entertained and get into the spiritual side of business, we're doing it. Melody's also an old soul. She goes to bed at like 8 o'clock. She goes to bed super early. She's one of them. So Melody specifically requested we start at 7 o'clock Central Time tonight instead of the usual 8 o'clock Central Time. So we'll be an hour earlier. We'll be 7 o'clock Central Time and whatever time that is for all y'all out there. So if you want to have some fun and hang out with Melody and I, will be rocking the late night not as late, the late afternoon, early evening happy hour podcast tonight.
Their podcast name is Sole Proprietor Podcast.
Sole Proprietor Podcast.
Yep.
Boom. The Jice is coming in from, I don't know where he is, but dropping the knowledge.
Yep.
There he
That's
is.
their name.
There he is. See, he exists. All right, you guys. You all know what to do. Work smarter and harder. Go earn some pride. I'll see you back in a couple 2-3 hours with Melody. Peace out.